didn't love that Rocky movie? I'm talking about the old Rocky movie where Stallone wakes up in the morning and he chugs the 5 eggs. I mean, he drank 5 eggs. I just got to ask myself, how many times did he have to do that? Well, this morning I'm not going to make you chug 5 eggs, but I am going to wake you up with my chicken apple sausage frittata. I mean, we're talking about chicken apple sausage and onions and jalapenos made into a frittata, tortillas on the top and bottom, little jack cheese, avocado, sour cream, green onions. With this, you'll have a fighting chance to make it this morning. Let's go shopping. Chicken apple sausage, that's the beginning of this, and some corned beef. Now, the chicken apple sausage, you can find it in bulk like I have it here. You can find it in casing. This really works well, having it in the bulk, or if I had to, I would just take it out of the casing. But a hot pan, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, because this sausage doesn't have a ton of fat. You gotta kind of fortify it a little bit. Extra virgin olive oil works great. Okay. There we go. Okay, so while that's working, we're gonna let that start to brown up a little bit. I gotta work on a bunch of veggies. Now, the red onion's gonna play a key role in the homey home fries as well as the frittata. Don't go anywhere. Little red bell pepper that's gonna go for the frittata, some Anaheim chilies named after the city of Anaheim, and a little bit of jalapeno as well. Now I've got to chop all of these up, gonna share the mixture part and part, and I'll start doing the dicing. So first thing, work on the red bell pepper. This is the last of the chop-o-mania. It's one thing about Big Bite. You always see me chopping, but you know what? There's nothing better than fresh veggies done the right way. And, you know, sometimes you read a recipe and it'll say mince, and you'll do it in a big piece. And that makes all the difference in the flavor. Okay, jalapenos go down with the chicken apple sausage. There we go. Now, half of the red onions and the red bell pepper going with the chicken apple sausage. This all being for the frittata. There we go. And we're gonna let those all saute together, and then a little bit later we'll be adding some egg to it, and that'll start to make the frittata. Topping it with some tortillas and some cheese. Okay. All right, remember what I said about the chugging the eggs? It's your turn right now. No, seriously, these are my 8 eggs that I'm cracking here into the bowl, and this is going into my frittata that I've got with some chicken apple sausage and some red bell peppers and jalapenos and onions. Now, let's get into this. A little paprika going into the eggs. Nice little color, nice little flavor. Okay, I'm gonna put in about a ½ cup of milk. And there we go. And then a little black pepper. Fresh cracked black, such a key. All right. Give a little whisk to this. Now, I'm not gonna put any salt in this right now because salting the eggs too early in this process can make them a little rubbery. Right before I pop this in the oven, I'll hit some salt on it. Nice little whip to that. There we go. Okay. There we go. Look at that. Now, what's the difference? Why is it a frittata? Say, people are saying, hey, it looks like an omelet. Well, it kind of is. The French omelet is where you fold it over and the ingredients are in the middle. You've cooked it on just one side. This here, I'm going to mix all the ingredients around the eggs, pop it in the oven, and kind of let it sit there and get heat from all the way around. Makes it nice and light and fluffy. Okay. There we go. Now let that sit for a second. Got to grab a couple of tortillas. Now this is going to be what's going to make my frittata just a little bit different. I'm going to take these tortillas and this frittata mixture and pop them in the oven. Put a little crisp on the tortillas and let this get nice and light and fluffy. Going into the oven at about 350. There we go. And letting these just brown up for about 5 minutes. And that'll be the top and bottom of the frittata. All right. Need to grab the frittata because I imagine it's ready. Nice and hot and heavy. Okay, check that bad boy out. Okay, I'm gonna come over, shake it out on the platter, but I'm not done with it yet. This is the key. Now I'm gonna take one of these crispy tortillas that I have, put it down, and hit it with a little bit of cheese. This is the reason I crisp it up ahead of time. If I were to put the tortilla on the bottom of the frittata to start with, I wouldn't be able to get this cheese to melt and this to be as crispy. It wouldn't work at the, just the cooking process, okay? There we go. A little bit of cheese, okay? We'll reserve some. Now, back to the frittata, and that's gonna go back on top of that. There we go. The other tortilla on top of that, some more cheese. And see, the reason I like this is because it gives a little bit of crunch, gives a little texture than just a regular egg frittata. I mean, granted, we got the sausage and the peppers and the onions and everybody in there. Okay, so we spread that out a little bit. So it melts up, a little bit on the side. Back in the oven to finish cooking. 350-degree oven. Now we throw a little bit of this fresh avocado on top of there. Look at that. So every bite, and a little crunchy flour tortilla on the bottom and the top. Let's hit some Roma tomatoes right across that. Look at that. And how about a dollop of sour cream for some nice creaminess in the middle? Ah! Scallions. Okay.